The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat, and I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County, beginning with our honor roll of high school teams. Actually, this week it is a countdown of our top high school programs of the week. And there's really very little to choose between these three. They had great seasons. At number 3, Fairport High School, the Raiders play for the boys' Section 5 soccer crown, won the division in the fall cheerleading championships, and claimed the girls' gymnastics title for good measure. Also, the football team got to the Class AA semifinals before losing to Pittsford. At number 2, Greece Athena. The Trojans won their third straight boys Class A Section 5 soccer title, defeating Greece Arcadia in the final. Their unbeaten football team plays Brighton for the Class A crown. And at number 1, Victor, in addition to laying waste to the field in the Class AA football draw so far, playing undefeated into the championship game, Victor also claimed its second straight girls' large school soccer crown in a 4-1 win over Penfield. Which brings us to our Sports Beat Team of the Week, a team trying to reinvent its sport by going off the sidelines. This is the traditional approach to high school cheerleading. Victor cheerleaders working the crowd at a football game. But this is something that you won't see in Penfield.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Penfield Patriots, the team you hear, taking the title year after year.
For the past 5 years, Penfield cheerleaders have been strictly a tournament team. They compete as a group over the fall and the winter seasons in competition. You won't find them on the sidelines at games.
It's really not anything different. We are a sport just like anybody else is a sport. They practice on their own, they compete for themselves, and that's what we do. We compete for ourselves and we practice for ourselves.
But it's so funny, it kind of seems a little bit out there because cheerleading has traditionally been cheerleading, and this is something different.
Yeah, it's traditionally been cheerleading, but that's, it's evolving. It's moving into something that's really new and exciting, and there's a lot of changes. These are athletes. They work really, really hard at practice. They work hard outside of practice, and they put in the same hours as any other team does, so they should be treated as athletes.
Except that it is different. Penfield is the only team that approaches cheerleading this way, and it is paying some dividends. The state now recognizes cheerleading as a sport and held the first state championship competition last winter. The Patriots won their class. They practice at the Gymnastics Academy in East Rochester, a bustling little enterprise that actually has a specific area set aside for cheerleaders. Penfield's routine is challenging.
It's very difficult, especially if you're like a tumbler and then I back spot and then I jump and cheer and dance and everything. It's just, I don't know, each dimension is like hard in its own way and it's exhausting.
Still, it's the uniqueness of the approach that is interesting here. This group was raised traditionally by cheering on the sidelines. That part is gone, and it's a trend that could catch on.
I do love it this way because I get to see the girls just in a practice mode. We're able to perfect our routine, so we know going out at sectionals, states, counties, everything, that we're really confident in what we do.
You think you're better as a result?
I think so. It gives us more time to be in the gym working on a routine on the mats rather than out in the field.
Do you think as a result of the practice and the fact that you're not doing that, maybe investing a little more time in the routine, that you're better off?
I definitely think so. We have more time to work on our competition routine rather than game stuff that we don't use at competition, so we definitely benefit from it. We have more time.
Okay. Do you like the fact that you're different? I mean, this is the one school that says, we don't do this. It's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but we definitely get asked a lot of questions about it, but I think it just benefits us, so if we're the first team doing it and it helps us, it's okay.
You think it's an idea that'll catch on?
I think so, maybe. I mean, now that we're actually a sport, I think that necessarily cheering for a sport is different if you're a sport also.
Do you miss not cheering for like a football crowd or at basketball games?
I mean, sure, but not really at the same time. Like, cheerleading's my sport, and this is where I want to be at all times. I'm still at almost every single football game cheering them on with my friends in the stands.
Oh, cool. So, but if it's just tournaments and stuff, that's okay with you?
Yes, absolutely. Competitive cheerleading is what we've been fighting for almost 10 years now, and now that we finally got it, I could not be happier.
The Patriots finished 4th in the small squad division of the fall sectionals. Rush Henrietta won. When we return, Coach Dan Fichter from Irondequoit is in our Dunkin' Donuts Coach's Corner, and later School of the Arts comes full circle when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Dunkin's Sweet Black Pepper Bacon Sandwich is back. With twice the crispy caramelized pepper bacon, experience a breakfast sandwich made for bacon lovers. America runs on Dunkin'. Welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. Time now for our Dunkin' Donuts Coach's Corner. It's our pleasure to be joined by Dan Fichter, the Irondequoit High School football coach. Danny, football coach and athletic legend here. I mean, you played football here and, it's pretty good. Obviously, the resume counts. What's it like coming home again?
It's an incredible feeling to coach where you went to high school and where you grew up, and you see all the same people growing up, having kids, playing sports. And Irondequoit is a community where they embrace sports, and it's been an awesome experience.
Is it all a plus, or does it come with some burdens associated with the fact that everybody remembers you and knows you?
No burdens. I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. And as soon as this job came open, I said that was the dream job, and I was lucky enough to get it. You
feel like you've made your mark in the time you've been here so far?
Not yet, but we're working towards it. We're always a work in progress.
Aside from the the wins and the losses and the like, what kind of things are you striving to accomplish with that team?
We got kids that help in the community. We got kids that make a positive impact on our community, and that's what I love the most. I mean, we had a big win last week, and we were out in the community volunteering work for the old folks home across from Wegmans, and I thought that was better than actually winning the game, because you see kids getting back into the community and giving back to a community that supports them in their athletics and their academics. It's awesome.
When you graduated from high school, you played at college. You actually played a little bit of pro.
I did.
Tell us about that.
Played in the Arena Football League. I signed a contract out of college with the Toronto Argonauts, played with the Rocket Ishmael. And then that kind of dwindled out when he was getting paid $4 million and I was getting paid $25,000. So I found a little home in the Arena Football League around the time that Kurt Warner was playing, and played 3 years there. And then wanted to jump right into coaching and teaching.
Was this good football?
Back then, the Arena Football League was very competitive. I mean, a lot of the guys, like Kurt Warner and those guys that came out, were all pro guys. So it was great. Yeah.
What was it like when, you're in those leagues and then the realization hits? You said you wanted to become a coach and you knew that. When the realization hits it, you know what? I'm not going to play in the NFL.
It's tough because as a player, you're ultra competitive, so you think that you can play at that level. And had some guys that I played with make it. So at the point where you kind of realize it's time to turn it to something else that you're passionate about, and football was my passion all the time. So whether it's coaching, playing, volunteering, it's football.
Does that competitiveness translate well into the coaching side?
Yeah. Sometimes I get a little too excited, but yes, it does. I think it does. I mean, I hope the kids see the passion and what football's done for me, and what it could do for them.
In terms of from here on end, I mean, if you got like an end game for yourself, or is this it?
This is the dream job. So this is the end point for high school coaching. I would love to take an opportunity to be in the NFL as a strength and conditioning coach. I've had some opportunities to work with some teams. But in terms of coaching high school football, there's no better place to coach.
And a chance to talk a little bit about the business. I mean, you run something that's helping a lot of kids.
I do, and it's been able to branch out across the country.
Well, tell us about it.
Yep. It's called Want to Get Fast. I train athletes, so we make them faster, stronger, and that's been a dream to come true, because that's been my ultimate passion is speed and strength, and been able to make it pretty successful. So it's fun. Man,
you're like in a dream situation, right? Between the coaching and the business, and back in your hometown.
It's not work. It's not work. It's play, and we have a great group of kids. I work for a great athletic director, and we just have fun.
It's good to be Danny Fichter.
It's not bad.
Danny Fichter, the Irondequoit High School football coach, has been our guest on the Dunkin' Donuts Coach's Corner. Coming up, we salute our Wegmans Make the Grade nominee, and later, the story of an unbeaten volleyball team where you might least expect it. When the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
This week, we honor Victor High School senior Casey Messier for making the grade. As a two-sport athlete for the Blue Devils, Casey is a standout on the field in the fall and spring seasons. She's a starting forward and team leader on the varsity soccer team, and in her high school athletic career, she helped lead Victor to a Section 5 Class AA championship while being named All-Monroe County 2 seasons in a row. Though she's had a ton of success on the soccer field, when the spring season rolls around, there's no slowing down. Last season, she was ranked the 11th best junior in the country with 57 goals and 47 assists in lacrosse. On top of that, she's committed to play at Notre Dame next year. Casey's hard work also shines in the classroom, where her 95 grade point average and community service have allowed her to be a part of the National Honor Society. She volunteers with Maggie's Camp for Kids and takes part in Victor's Key Club with various community and school projects. For putting forth the best effort in all that she takes on, this week, Casey Messier is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Fidelis Care Section 5 calendar.
Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health coverage for children and adults of all ages at all stages of life. Quality health coverage. That's our mission. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org. We are deep into the tournament season. In fact, season-ending state championships take place in 4 sports this week. Boys soccer finals are Saturday and Sunday at Middletown. Girls soccer state championship Final 4 matches take place in Cortland Saturday and Sunday. The field hockey season finishes up at Maine Endwell, the home of the Little League Baseball champions. And the last cross-country runs of the year take place at Shenango Forks. Friday also brings the regional football playoffs against Buffalo in Class A at New Era Stadium, 8 o'clock on Saturday at the Cap. 3:15 they'll play the Double-A game. And that's what's happening on our Fidelis Care Section 5 calendar. Which brings us to our next to last weekly countdown of the Jim Dalberth Sporting Goods Top 5 High School Football Plays of the Week. Jim Dalberth Sporting Goods is proud to support student athletes who work hard on the field, in the classroom, and in their communities. Jim Dalberth Sporting Goods. Shoes, sports, service. Here are the top 5 high school football plays of the week, brought to you in cooperation with Varsity Media. At number 5, Canandaigua playing Athena. Tournament time. Tavon Granison, and this is why you do the tip to yourself drill, to Kyle Benham for the touchdown. And number 4, Livonia kicking to Batavia, kicking it short. But the charity bounce comes to Chandler Baker, 71 yards right up the middle for a Blue Devils touchdown. And number 3, Eastridge going right to left against Brighton. Andrew Zybuk steps right into the pass and goes 14 yards with the defensive end's dream. And number 2, Fairport and Pittsford. The Panthers moving right to left, and the reverse still works. That's Frankie Imburgia going 42 yards and a touchdown. Our number 1 play, Victor and McQuaid. McQuaid in the white, moving right to left. Quarterbacks gets crushed by Zach Estabrooks. The ball to Chris Verone. That is the Jim Dalberth Sporting Goods High School Football Play of the Week. Coming up, the kid from the Congo leads the unbeaten Silverhawks when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Sign Impressions is more than just signs. It's a total graphics company. Embroidery, screen printing, team apparel, t-shirts, jackets, hats, and of course banners and signs. Visit signimpressions.com. Call us at 723-0420 to order your team or corporate apparel. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us in the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Our Honor Roll of High School Athletes is brought to you by the Injury Free Coalition for Kids. The Injury Free Coalition for Kids of Rochester and the Smart Teen Driving Program. funded by the Allstate Foundation, encourages teens to pay attention, not get distracted, and to drive safely. Our honor roll of high school athletes at number 3. Webster Thomas runner Amanda Vestry, who claimed the Monroe County League Cross Country Championship by 15 seconds over the great Sammy Watson of RH, who just last year beat her by 14. And number 2, Lauren O'Plady of the unbeaten Spencerport girls soccer team, leading the Rangers to the Class A crown of the 2-0 win over Aquinas. And at number 1, Toy Hakazimania of the World of Inquiry boys soccer team. Toy scored his team's last 5 goals in tournament victories over Holly and Byron Burgeon, leading the Griffins to their 3rd straight Section 5 crown. And now Sticky Lips Barbecue presents our Athlete of the Week. Is your school looking to raise money? Sticky Lips Barbecue has you covered. Check out our community barbecue fundraisers. Sticky Lips quality is an easy sell. Visit StickyLipsBBQ.com for more details. Her name is Batruma Rubingu, and she helped the School of the Arts volleyball team come full circle. In 1995, the current School of the Arts girls volleyball coach, Jackie Nash, was a player on Soda's first team. Things were predictably difficult then. The Silverhawks that year won once. So no one's in a position to better appreciate how far the program has come since, full circle as it were, coming off an undefeated year.
Soda has a huge place in my heart. The kids, the program, the sport, everything is, a huge place. I never thought stepping onto the court for the first time as a player that I would be where I am today as a coach. Leading the team to an undefeated overall season for the first time in school history is a huge, huge thing.
Soda capped a 17-0 season with a first-place finish in the Rochester City Athletic Conference tournament. But Chuma Regingu was the MVP. Chuma has a unique perspective on things. As an 8-year-old, her family left the Congo, in the heart of Africa, for a new life in the United States.
I actually remember a lot. It's pretty hot, warm. The seasons it's really hot and it just rain. We don't have snow. A lot of farming. Yeah.
Did it make you an athlete back then? I mean, you've become an elite athlete here in Rochester. Back home in the Congo, were there the basic elements of you becoming an athlete there?
Actually, yes. My brothers are really good soccer players, so I kind of became an athlete through them. I used to play soccer with them a lot.
Regingu was first exposed to volleyball here.
I started playing in gym. I started to like it. Started playing it more. I decided to join the team in the 7th grade, and from there I just started playing.
Are you surprised how good you got at this?
Yeah, I really did not think I was going to be this good. I just practice and practice and practice.
This is a unique group of students, too. As a team, they boast a 3.82 grade point average. School of the Arts students also have majors attached to their secondary education.
You could either make a career out of it or a hobby, and it's more of what everyone's passionate about, and we could just get to come in and do what we love every day.
Many of the Silverhawks specialize in dance. Natalia Vega is a visual arts major.
But I still haven't finished. I worked on it last year. I wanted to redo the hotel. I'm actually working on a piece right now where it's about volleyball. It's like showing future success between a person serving and then a whole person. It travels into the future, showing a person holding a trophy. So that work goes into volleyball too.
Between carrying majors and maintaining GPAs, these girls manage to find success in athletics too. Representing the city makes the task a little tougher, but School of the Arts is not backing away from the challenge.
My responsibility as a coach is to give every single resource to these kids as possible. That means going out into the community and giving them those resources, reaching out to the area colleges and asking for them to help us. So U of R has been fantastic, volunteering their time for our girls, and outside my alumni, previous coaches, college coaches, just donating their time to myself and to our team to just kind of bring us to that other level.
The Silverhawks added a first-round tournament win over Hornell in Class C to run their record to 18-0 before finally losing to Aquinas. We'd like to thank our sponsors,
especially the 11 dealerships in the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks once again for watching. We'll see you next week with the Vision High School Sports Beat.